Cruz Azul, for me, when you look at the path that Vancouver have taken to the final, it hasn't been easy, Jordan. It hasn't been
No,
straightforward. But
not at
Cruz
all.
Azul may be the best of the bunch, the most difficult team that they played along the way. And Vancouver, in a one-off, not only has to play them, but has to play them away from home as well. When you look at this Cruz Azul side, what makes them such a difficult opponent for the Whitecaps?
Like we have to talk about a little bit about Whitecaps and the fact that you play Saprissa, then Monterrey, then Pumas, then Inter Miami. Like there are all these fixtures, all these teams that they're gonna play. A lot of people said this is a time to bow out, and this is probably a Vancouver Whitecaps team that was modestly built going into the season, looking like they probably met their match. You have to give credit to Vancouver Whitecaps because look at the three things that stick out. You have a DP and Stuart Armstrong that is not coming back. Vanni Sartini, he's way more charismatic than me. Charismatic man, he's leaving the club. And then the club, it was made public that the club was up for sale. Like the fact that they're playing this way, and I understand you're playing a Cruz Azul that's very organized, disciplined, defend well. You look at Dida, Piovi, Orozco in the back, like that back three, however they're going to play, you know there's going to be a difficult, disciplined side. But right now, you have to get behind Vancouver Whitecaps in that train. If you haven't been there, or if you haven't gotten by them already, or getting behind them already, you need to now. This is a team that plays like electric football. It's end-to-end stuff. You can see their heart on the sleeve when they're playing. And yeah, I know Cruz Azul will be the most organized team that they've played, and the stats being 15 goals that they've scored and 3 against. Like they're resolute defensively. And when a team has scored against them, they've never scored 2. Seattle scored 1, Club America scored 1, and Tigres scored 1. That's it. They are resolute defensively. But I do like Whitecaps' chances going into this one.
It's a tough one for me because over the course of that Concacaf Champions Cup run thus far, which obviously the team has done exceptionally well, they haven't won in Mexico away from home. They lost to Saprissa to start this tournament 2-1. Then they ended up playing to a draw, which was good enough to advance against both Monterrey and Pumas. Yes, they won in the second leg and beat Inter Miami, but I think what we've come to discover is Inter Miami are a mid-table MLS side with some exceptional talent, world-class talent, but they're not a great team. In Cruz Azul, they're playing a really good team. The statistics bear that. They were basically third in expected goal differential. And just if you look at the data and analytics behind Club America and Toluca, and they got eliminated by Club America by virtue of the fact that they played to a draw over the 2 legs, but Club America finished higher in the table. And that's how it went about being decided who went on to play in their most recent playoffs. So I think that they're a very good team. Sepulveda has had an excellent season. Providing some attacking punch in this team. You documented it. Very good defensively as well, and a very difficult team to beat at home. With all due respect to the star power of Monterrey and the organization of Pumas, I mean, Cruz Azul kind of ticks both boxes and is the perfect balance. I think this is going to be by far the most difficult game for the Whitecaps.
Agreed.
Take away Sebastian Berhalter. I mean, this is a significant loss for this team. I believe in the Whitecaps. I'm not trying to put them down. I think that the reality going into this game is this is going to be the most difficult challenge yet.
It will be. And there's a few things we have to point out as well. We was like, this is the first time Cruz Azul was back into the final since 2014. Mm-hmm. I look at second half, that has been Vancouver Whitecaps bread and butter, the time where they really kick it into gear. I don't know what Jesper Sørensen says to this group at halftime, but they grow into matches. They start scoring. They start playing a bit freer, more lively in the second half. But to counter that, their opponents that they're going to play on Sunday, Cruz Azul, 9 of 15 goals they've scored in the second half. They're resolute defensively, but they also come to life in the second half. So it will be a cagey match. Finals, you've seen so many. That's just what they are, 2 teams that don't really want to give up too much. But naturally, that's how Cruz Azul plays. I will say when there's those set pieces and how they clear up, it's just a moment of magic for maybe an Ahmed, for a Brian White, for Vite. I think he's going to have a heck of a game. Those players can just unlock this team and just have them to be a bit insecure. Yeah, I like Whitecaps' chances, but Cruz Azul for me. I understand why the bookies have them favorites in this
Yeah,
one.
and let's be clear. I mean, they're one of the big money sides in Liga MX. They have plenty of resources, more than the Whitecaps. It's one of the big dogs. And whether it's
Yeah.
Rodriguez or Lira, they go out and get Bogusz and Giacomakis from Major League Soccer, some players that have played the Whitecaps before. So I just think that there's real balance in this team, and it's going to be difficult for the Whitecaps. But before I get your prediction, what are you looking from the Whitecaps on the weekend? Like, what is essential for them to execute or a way for them to play in order to potentially win it this weekend?
I think that up tempo style that we've grown to love. I mean, it has to be that them pushing and pedal to the metal, but also pressing at right times. You are in Mexico City. There is altitude as well that you're going to play a factor. But I think when you look at this team, it suits them best when they lose it, they try to win it back and hunt. When they go forward and press teams, when they trust their back line, Blackman to maybe lead it, to just be wary of the space in behind. But yeah, you have to go on the front foot. You can't press all the time, and I think this Vancouver Whitecaps side has like grown into to dealing with certain phases of the game. But I think they got to go and play their football. That's what got them there, Wheels. Like when you look at it, we document Saprissa, Monterrey, look at Pumas, Miami. It was getting your face type of football. It was making the other team uncomfortable. They have to do the same thing to Cruz Azul. They can't be tentative. They can't be scared. They have to go and try to punch them in the face early.
You're trying to look for maybe some hints about what this Whitecaps team might look like on the weekend. There was some rotation Wednesday night by Sorensen, White, Ahmed, Atakubi, Blackman, Vite, all coming off the bench in that game. Ocampo didn't even see the field. So
Yeah.
I just wonder, like, Ocampo and Tate Johnson did so well over this cup run. Do both players start from the bench? You know, with
Mm.
Laborda back fit, with Atakubi coming into the team, I think you can bank it. Blackman and Veselinovic and at center back. Vite will come into the midfield. Vite, Kubas, and who? I mean, maybe a
Zangando.
little, maybe, and then Ali Ahmed, Brian White up top. I mean, who's going to join them? Will it be a Sabi? Will it be a Nelson? Like there are some
Yeah,
question marks as to what this
absolutely.
team will look like, but certainly the Bear Halter loss is one that whoever they put into that midfield role, they need to be reliable. It's his legs,
Yeah.
his work rate. That's why he's a player that's rarely come out of Sorensen's team on the season. So it's going to be intriguing. I do think the sports books and the betting odds are getting it more right. I think Cruz Azul should be favorites, but I wouldn't rule out the Whitecaps. And if there is
I
a
think
path forward to victory, I think that this game could have extra time written all over it.
Yeah, but I think that favors them too, because I don't know how you feel for Vancouver Whitecaps. Like, who cares what the bookies say? Like, I think there is a price advantage to play it on Vancouver Whitecaps in this game in terms of like the way that they score, the way that they go forward. But we need a moment to just talk about the situation of Vancouver Whitecaps and the fact that like what's happening in that city right now. You look at Inter
Yeah.
Miami when the few fans flew over and we're in the away section. You're gonna have 800 fans that are going the 4,000 kilometers for this game in Mexico City, and even like the watch party. I was reading that's probably what like 2,500 outside of BC Place. Vibes in the city are back, are there, and supporting that team. And I know it's an MLS team, but like Canadian footy, this is the stuff that we care about and watch. Was that the case 6 months ago? Absolutely not. So this is that time for Vancouver Whitecaps, the players, to really cement their names in history for that city. Because for me, I can't really remember a time where the Whitecaps would have such a season like this, and this is the biggest feat. So they're so
Best
close.
best team in MLS. Only game that they lost on the season. They were missing like half their team. It felt like because there was
Yeah,
international break. They're the best team in terms of points. The best expected goal differential in the season. They play the best football. They deserve this chance this weekend. Watch parties going on outside BC Place, and I'm not sure if this was properly posted this week as well. I've heard from multiple people that a potential savior, a potential ownership solution to keep the team in Vancouver with the new stadium is moving in the right direction. Progress is being
great
made.
news.
So, I mean, it's a
Great news.
great time to be a Whitecaps fan. They can cap it off with a Concacaf Champions Cup victory. wow, just what a moment it would be for them and Canadian football in general. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on One Soccer. That match upcoming on Sunday. We can't wait. Did I get your prediction, by the way? Did you make a prediction? I'm
I
predicting
didn't.
extra time. So I'm going to sit on
Extra
the
time.
fence here.
I think this is dealt with in regular time, but it's close. It's 1-0 Whitecaps. It's going to be gritty, but I really feel like they're going to get that goal. I don't think it's in the first half. I think second half, but I think 1-0 Whitecaps. Whitecaps win. I got to. I've been supporting them all this time.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
going to extra time. Pets.
Do you know what? 1-1. We'll see. Look, I feel like I was more confident a couple weeks ago than I was today. They have looked a little bit leggy playing at altitude in this game. I mean, they've still been very good, difficult to beat.
Still
But
15 unbeaten. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I
yeah,
just think finals bring out the best moments, and this team has been running on fumes. And of course, you can maybe fail in the final, but
yeah.
this is the time where you just really see what they're made of, and I think they'll surprise the haters, the doubters.
It should be great. The biggest competition, biggest prize in CONCACAF club football